Your exclusive radio home of the Utah Mammoth is right here on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Now it's time to hear from the head coach of the Mammoth, André Tourigny.
Time for our weekly conversation with the head coach of the Utah Mammoth, the Stanley Cup Playoff bound Utah Mammoth. André Tourigny joins us right now live. Coach, congratulations on this achievement. I know there's a lot to come and a lot you still want to accomplish, but that had to feel special last night, finally making this happen.
Yeah, absolutely. It feels really good for everybody. You know what I mean? It's you're in the trenches, you're battling, you're fighting for it, but you make a step back and you realize that impact a lot of people. They impact our family, impact the people everywhere in our office, CG, our ownership, our coaches, our player, our staff, our trainer, everybody worked really hard or cheer the team for a long time for that to happen. So to push the cart across the finish line feels really good.
You know, Coach, we're pretty spoiled here in Utah because we've been able to enjoy the fruits of your labor that you guys started back in Arizona. And we're like, wow, is this how it is all the time? You always make the Stanley Cup playoffs? But I know this was a long and arduous process for you and a lot of the staff and a lot of players on this team. That had to make last night even more rewarding because this has been something that's taken a lot to accomplish.
Yeah, they're like one of our players told me yesterday, and I really like that. He said there were a lot of deep water in that process, and we've been through that deep water together, and we fought it through together, and really proud of them, really proud of all our players, really proud of our organization to become a destination, to have guys waiving their no-trade clause to play for us, the guys signing as a free agent to play for us. There are guys signing long-term with us. There's our fans are showing up every night. There's our organization who has brought a lot of energy every day. Our ownership will build us an unbelievable practice facility, will give us all the tools to succeed. So there's a lot into it. Our management who made our team better every year, starting with Bill, but all the pro scout and then the advanced stat department, the high performance, so on and so forth. So there's a lot of people, a whole state pushing the same direction to make that thing happen. So it's really rewarding to achieve that all together.
Yeah, man, you talk about everybody involved. There's a lot of firsts for everybody in this scenario, especially your team. There's a lot of guys who's first in this situation. Even the last 4 games of the season, you know, we can't, just disappear that just because we clinched. But how do you handle? How do you coach? How do you go into, talking to these guys about this moment, right? First from even some of the coaching staff, first from the players. How they go and handle this moment, of the intensity of going into the playoffs?
Well, first of all, when you expect something, do you talk about it a lot?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In the sense of we were expecting it. We worked for it. We believed in ourselves. But that's the first thing we said at the training camp. I said, every year you start a season, you're excited. You're excited, and you think you can. This year we were excited, but we were confident. We were not hoping. We were not saying we hope to play meaningful game or whatever. We were confident. We were kind of, what you talking about? We got this. We believe in ourselves. So now it's happening. We're not kind of hey, let's talk about it. No, we expect it for the last year. We expect it for the last 79, 78 games. So it's not like it happened and we didn't see it coming. Right. We were expecting that. We were confident. We're happy, but we're not satisfied. The goal is not just, I assume we make the playoff, to put an X on we stop. No, we don't stop. We want to keep building playoff habits. We want to be a better team in 4 games than what we are right now. We want to arrive in the playoff and keep grinding our way. So we don't want to stop there.
This 5-game streak has been incredible. A lot of goals. You beat 2 of the best teams in the league in back-to-back games. What's clicking right now during this streak? What is, from your observation, we're watching the games and we're enjoying it, but you understand everything that's going into this technically, changes that are made, adjustments that are made. What has been done to allow this team to take things to another level over these last 5 games?
Well, it's just one more step. It's like you tell me, okay, on that marathon, what happened in the last kilometer? Who made you win? Well, it's the first 41. We did a good job. So we arrive I'm talking in the last sprint. Mm-hmm. You just keep going what you build for the last whatever number of miles. So it's just a continuity. So we kept doing the same thing, just a little bit better. You don't change what you do. You do the same thing, but you do it just a little bit better. We're a little bit quicker in our execution, a little bit quicker at closing on the puck carrier. We create a little bit more turnover. We manage the puck a little bit better. We have a little bit more net presence. Our D are a little bit better at putting pucks at the net and finding lanes and so on and so forth. We're just a little bit better at everything, and we expect in 4 games to be even a little bit better at all those little things.
Man, I love that. Earlier you mentioned the crowd, and packing this home arena. I was at the game last night and I was excited. It was absolutely electric. Oh, yeah. Can you talk about how important it is and to have that crowd and how important it's going to be for this crowd to be there come playoffs?
I think you need to realize how fortunate you are. When you have a day was tougher at work and where you need to grind it a little bit more and you need to find that little juice, you have a packed building who's cheering you up and will push for you and give you that love, that emotion, that passion, that cheer you need. It just gets you over the edge. And you can see how passionate our fans are and how much they care about the team and how much it means for them. So I just give us the little extra you need when push comes to shove.
Coach, I know that one game is one of 82, and you have to treat them all the same, and I totally understand that. But it felt different on Tuesday night against Edmonton from our perspective as media, from the fans. Maybe it wasn't the case for you guys, but how important was that game in particular to get that win over that team in front of your fans?
That was huge. For whatever reason, we did not play the way we wanted against them in the last year or the last 2 years, I could say. And that was one of the reasons. The other reason is where we were in the standing and the team behind us were pushing as well. And you want to keep rolling as a team. We won our 2 games on the road, but now we're coming back in front of our fans, and we have had some difficulty in the previous 3-4 games at home. So we wanted to have a great game, and I think our guys were really focused, and it did not start the way we wanted, not in terms of performance, but we were playing well, but they took the lead 3-1, and our guys stayed focused, and they stayed composed, and they were capable of coming back in the game. So that was huge for us. That was a really good statement for us.
You got the playoff spot clinched, but there's still work to do. You want that wild card number 1 spot, so that still needs to be clinched. And as you mentioned, you want that momentum going into the playoffs. How locked in are these guys right now to accomplish that and stay focused on these last 4 games and not get too caught up in the joy of what happened last night?
That was unbelievable this morning. We got in the video room for our meetings, and that was just another day. And I'm not saying that in the sense it was another boring day. That was the same smile, the same atmosphere, the same sharpness in answering the question. We asked a few things about our game and what we can do better and how we can do better and what's the key points in certain area in our game. And the guys were sharp. They were on task. They were not carried away by the moment. They were just, hey, we're ready for the next day. Where we have a theme here where it's continued improvement. Every day we show up, our objective is to be better. No matter what's the day, when we show up together, we have one objective, and how can we get better today? And today the guys didn't have a different attitude. They didn't have the attitude of anything looking like satisfied or whatever. They were, okay, how can we get better today? And they had their perfect mindset. That was great.
Well, you've got a chance to play a Stanley Cup championship contender on Saturday, hosting the Carolina Hurricanes, who are having a tremendous year. Yeah. How excited are you to see where your guys measure up against one of the best in the East?
Yeah, I think it's well said. I think it's exactly the way we feel. I think it's a team who they apply a lot of pressure. They're on you all the time. They don't let you breathe and stuff like that. So I think it's a perfect moment for us. We want to measure stick. At this point, we just won 2 games at home. We have a chance to go ahead and win another one at home against an elite opponent who play a style who can suffocate you. I'm excited about it. I think that's good timing for us. I like where our guys are mentally and where we're looking forward for tomorrow afternoon.
Nice.
That's going to be a great matchup tomorrow, 3 o'clock at the Delta Center against the Carolina Hurricanes. Coach, congratulations. I know there's so much work to do left, but what a great accomplishment for you and your staff and these players. And you've made this community proud, and everyone's so excited about this. So congratulations on all of it. And, I think the next time we talk to you, we're going to be breaking down a first-round playoff matchup in the Stanley Cup playoffs. I really look forward to that.
Yeah, I agree. That's still pretty good. I like the sound of it.
All right, Coach. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you next week.
Thank you, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Oh, man,
Utah Mammoth head coach André Tourigny, the Stanley Cup playoff-bound Utah Mammoth.
Make game day yours. Tickets, food and drinks, stats, and streaming. Everything you need is in the Utah Mammoth app. Download today and make game night easy. Download on both Android and iPhone. Tusk, top.